Good morning, class 6. In the previous class, we have started chapter 3 of geography, motions of the earth, where we have talked about rotation, which takes place, which is the movement of the earth. Both rotation and revolution is movement of earth. But in rotation, the earth rotates or moves at its own axis, while in revolution, the earth moves around the sun in the path which is fixed and is that is known as orbit, and that movement is known as revolution. The time for rotation is 24 hours, whereas time for revolution is 365 1/4 days. There we have talked that 1/4 is excluded for our convenience, and what we do is every 4 year we make we add one day, and that day is added in the month of February. So in that year we have 29 days in the month of February instead of 28 days like we have otherwise. And that year when we add one day to February, that year is known as leap year. Now we have said that if we have discussed this also, that if the earth will not rotate, then one place will receive the sunlight throughout the year, and that will be extremely hot, whereas the other portion which will not receive the sunlight will be extremely cold. So it will be difficult for survival. And since the earth moves on its axis, it one part receives the sun for some time and the other part receives the sunlight in the other half, right? So then we have discussed in the previous class that revolution causes the changes in the seasons. Now we have to continue. Let's do. Do you know how to draw an ellipse? Take a pencil, 2 pins and a loop thread. Now fix these pins on a paper as shown in the figure. You can see it in the figure. Put the loop on the paper encircling these 2 pins inside the loop. So you can do it like this. Now hold the pencil and draw the line, keeping the thread tight and moving the pencil along it. The figure represents an ellipse. So when you are moving the pencil inside the thread has to be very tight. So that shows you the elliptical path. Look at figure 3.3. You will see that on 21st June, you can see 3.3 here, and you can see 21st June, that is summer solstice. Now what it has to say, you can 21st June, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun rays. The rays of sun fall directly on Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receive more heat. The areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of sun are slanting. So you can see it in the diagram that sun rays is falling, and the area, one side it will receive the sunlight more and the other side will not receive the sunlight because of the position of the earth. Near the pole receive less heat as the rays are slanting. The north pole is inclined towards the sun, and the places beyond the Arctic Circle experience continuous daylight for about 6 months. Since a large portion of the northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun, it is summer in the region north of the equator. The longest day and the shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. So that is known as summer solstice, and it is the longest day and the shortest night. At this time in the southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. It is winter season there. The nights are longer than the days. This position of earth is called summer solstice. So here the nights are longer in comparison to the daytime. Whereas on 22nd December, the Tropic of Capricorn, here in summer solstice, the sun rays are slanting and it receives on the Tropic of Cancer. In 22nd December, that is winter solstice, the sun rays fall vertically at the Tropic of Capricorn. So you can see the difference. What is the difference in summer solstice and winter solstice? The sun rays directly fall on Tropic of Cancer in summer solstice, and here it is vertical on Tropic of Capricorn. Larger portion of southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is summer in southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. And the reverse happens in the northern hemisphere. This position of Earth is called winter solstice. Do you know that Christmas is celebrated in Australia in the summer season? On 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays of sun fall on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So the whole earth experiences equal day and equal night. So you can remember these two dates, that is 21st March and 23rd September. It is equinox, that is equal day and equal night. The reason is because the sunlight, it directly falls on the equator and neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So the whole earth experiences equal day and equal night, and this is known as equinox. In the name it is clear, equal, that is equal. On 23rd September, it is autumn season in northern hemisphere and spring season in southern hemisphere. The opposite is the case on 21st March, when it is spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. Thus you find that there are days and nights changes in the season because of the rotation and revolution of the earth respectively. So you can see that you have seen it, why how the night and day is changed, how the seasons are changing because of the rotation and revolution. Season change because of revolution, day and night is because of rotation. So with this we end the chapter here. I'll be sending you the question answers in the next class. Do read the chapter. If you have any query, we will discuss it in the live class. Thank you children. Take care of yourselves. Be safe at home.